Hi guys, today we're going to learn how to create an import in Pimcore. For this, I found a free API to get universities from the United Kingdom, and we're going to write a command to import those into data objects. For this, I have a local Pimcore instance running Pimcore platform 2024.2. and it's running in Docker. So my commands, I'm gonna have the prefix to run the Docker container to execute the commands. So we're going to start with checking out the data structure. We're gonna have an array of universities, which has domains which we won't care about. We only care about the web pages. State province is not filled with the United Kingdom. Country, United Kingdom, but we're only going to use the alpha 2 codes, then the web pages and the name. So first we create a class in Pimcore. Here in the settings, classes, let's add a new class, university. Let's copy this string. There we go. First let's add a panel to have a view and a input field for the name, then a select field for the country, then we only have the web pages left. For this we're gonna use a block, since a university can have multiple web pages. As seen here, it's an array. Let's call it URLs, and inside here it needs the input field for the URL itself. With this, we have the possibility to add a university manually. Let's create a test university, calling it test in the United Kingdom, and we can add URLs to our heart's content. Let's throw this away. Yes, we don't need the test one, and let's start programming. First, in the config services YAML, make sure you have your commands auto-registering. So under services, make sure your defaults have auto-where and auto-configure to true. And the commands inside the source folder should be auto-registered. Now we can create the class inside the command folder, create a new file. Let's call it university import command, and give it the namespace app command class university import command, which extends the abstract command from Pimcore. And there we go. Let's use this auto-generated code and adapt it a little. I like to give it the app namespace first, app university import universities from an API. This one's correct. We just need to import the interfaces. And there we go. And we can start here. We're gonna need a client to access the URL. For this, we need the construct function, and here we're gonna use protected client Guzzle HTTP client. This comes pre-installed with Pimcore. It's a dependency. So first, actually this pre-filled text is quite useful. Then we're gonna get a response from this client. We make a GET request to this URL. We actually want the United Kingdom. There we're gonna get the response, body contents, and JSON decoded into an array instead of a standard class. We iterate over the university, and first only output the name of the university into the console. Let's save this, copy this text up here, the name we gave the command, and we're gonna run php bin console. This is just for my Docker instance, so it starts up a PHP container, bin console, and the name of the command, app university import. If we run this, it should fetch all the universities and output their names. Here we go. Next step, we're gonna try based on the name if we already have a object with the university name. So let's university object is university get by name. We're gonna limit this to 1, so we already get the university instead of a listing of universities. Let's check if this is not an instance of university. We're gonna create a new university. New objects should always have the key that is used as a reference to validate if it already exists. This should not be updated or you will not find it again. Next, we're gonna have the university object parent. For this, we're gonna create or get a folder outside of the loop. We use the service from Pimcore, which is the Pimcore model data object service. And there we have a function create folder by path. Let's call it /universities. And we can plug the parent right in here. Also important, set the key. University name is not really safe. They could have apostrophes or some symbols that Pimcore won't like as a key. So we have the option to use the service again. And we can use the get valid key function. This is actually from the parent class of the service, which is why we're going to need to give him the type we're checking on. And we're checking on the object type. You can use the service also to validate the key for assets, so it should be file name safe, or documents. So we have a parent, a key. Last, for new objects, we're gonna need to set it, if we want, of course, to be published. We want to have it instantly. What we will update every time is gonna be the country. In this case, it's not really relevant, but just so you see how to do this. Set country, and that one actually is not called country, but it's called alpha2 code. Let's copy this from here so we don't make any mistakes. There we go. Now for the web pages, we have to consider that we could have multiple web pages. So we use the block element in here. Let's confirm this. And to fill block elements in the code, you go like this. First, you're gonna create an array which you fill with URLs. Let's iterate over the university web pages. We only need the value, we don't need the key. Sort of like this. just with some changes. The field name is URL, and we need a new block element. The name is again URL. The type is an input field, and the data is value. So we add arrays of block elements into the data array, and then we can set university object, set URLs, data. Last but not least, save the object. And this is all you need. This will create the object, publish it, and put it into the universities folder. Let's test it out. Run the command again. I use docker compose, run rr -rm to delete the container after it ran. PHP is my container name, but you can also use it as the executable. Bin console app university import. Let's execute. This output you might not get if you don't use Docker. It's just spinning up the container to execute the command. The command is finished. We didn't get any errors. So let's get into the backend, refresh here, and we have a university folder. If we open up, we see a lot of universities, which seems to be correct. And we open the university. We have the name, the country, which is converted from the ISO code to the correct select option, and we have the URL saved inside our object. This was this quick course about creating commands to import from APIs. Thanks everyone. If you want to check out how to set up your local environment using Docker, check out our other videos on pimcorecast.com or on our YouTube. Thank you everyone. Bye.